Hey, Karen here from patchamama.com, back again. Just wanted to talk about something I witnessed yesterday in a department type store. A mother with actually children quite similar age to mine, a girl around 4-ish, and then she had 2 boys, probably I guess around 2 and to maybe 2.5 and under 1. So yeah, very similar to mine. And the 4-year-old was doing what all mothers can't stand, is having a tantrum in a public place. And it's particularly hard, obviously, when you've got multiple children. Even with one, it's exceptionally hard. But when you've got other children also to look after, it is just unbelievably hard. And all I wanted to say to her was, I get it. You know, is there anything I can help you with? But also, the thing I mostly wanted to say was pick her up, just cuddle her. This poor little thing was really struggling, the little girl, and mummy unfortunately was way past the point of cuddling, and I just watched the escalation of little daughter, and mummy was just dovetailing her, and mummy, there was very little difference in their emotional states. And we've all been there. It is very hard to be the parent when your child is absolutely losing it in public, because not only have we got that usual, I just think, you know, our nervous systems are totally set up to just absolutely fail when our children scream. That's why we go to their aid so quickly. It's an evolutionary thing, obviously. They just send us into this, whoa, okay, we have to do something. If we could just disregard our child's cry, then our little babies wouldn't have survived in the wild, in nature, because we would have just left them to cry. So our nervous systems are so highly attuned that our bodies are, okay, crying out, crying baby, let's do everything we can. So mummy here in this situation was going through that, plus she's got all that embarrassment and shame of, oh, people probably think I'm a bad mother, people think I've lost control, people think I should discipline her more, people think I should smack her or not smack her, people think I should cuddle her or not cuddle her, all these layers and layers of cultural and her familial, her values, her thoughts around parenting, they're all there on display as she tries to navigate this very, very challenging situation. I was so moved by the situation watching it from an outsider's perspective, even though I've been there before. But I was so moved, I was moved to tears actually. And I really wanted to help, and I didn't end up doing anything just because I had my kids exactly of the same ages, and it's a delicate operation going shopping with them at the best of times. They were all absolutely fine yesterday. Everyone was fine, but you just never know with children of that age if they suddenly get too hungry or too tired, or you just never know. Sometimes things like that just do happen. So there's no judgments around that in terms of tantrums do occur sometimes in the strangest places. No matter what you do, they can just occur. They suddenly didn't get they ask for a toy or whatever. And in fact, this little girl, it seemed like she had wanted something or was going to get something but couldn't decide. And right as this was going on, my daughters were trying to, even though we were buying birthday presents for 2 children's birthdays that are coming up this weekend, my girls were wanting other stuff, and I was saying, no, we can't have it. And in fact, at that moment, I was just sort of saying, okay, well, I'll let them hold it for a bit. I'm not going to have the argument right here and another scenario erupt right next to this lady and her daughters. Anyway, I just thought I'd mention that because it's such a common and difficult situation to navigate. But at the time, we can feel so alone and so judged, and it's so important to know that we're all in this together. And even when we don't lend a hand or can't because of our own situation, to just give love and strength to that mother to get through it, and to hope that that little girl gets what she needs in that moment, because ultimately that's what's happening. Her needs are not being met, and mummy is so triggered into her own stuff that she's unable to meet her little girl's needs. And until she can in some way, little girl is not going to calm down. And unfortunately, old school parenting was, okay, well, they're screaming so crazily, smack them. So just beat them into submission until they eventually and pass out or something like that from the stress of the situation. These days we know that the opposite works far more effectively, but sometimes we're just unable to do it. Thank you, and see you next time.